All right, guys, I know what time it is. Say Twitch, say hi to YouTube. YouTube, say hi to Twitch. You know what it is? We're about to do our analysis right now. Subscribe. If you're on Twitch, you can subscribe to the YouTube right there in the chat. I just spammed it. So here we go. And if you watch it from YouTube, hit that sub button. Supports the channel as we keep growing. All right, here we go. So we got, this is round, oh my goodness. What round is this? 7 or 6? Yeah, it was round 7. So this is round 7 today of the candidates. Here we go. We're going to look at the games. We're going to start with the draws first. This is the Ali. Whoa, that was very loud. This is Ali Reza. And Ding Laurent. So, okay, C4, E5. I actually was looking at this from Black's point of view. Reason being is because, you know, the English is an annoying opening sometimes. So, actually playing it or seeing it from Black's standpoint to see how Black does it, actually, especially at the high level that this is, the candidates, absolutely we're going to see it from Black's point of view here, even if Rouge is not having the greatest tournament. But still, do like to see how he handles the English. So he goes with E5, the reverse Sicilian in a way. Knight F6, and then Bishop C5. It's very easy development, actually. Very easy, like easy castles. C6. You're trying to play D5. Very nice. Very, very nice, right? Then he goes Knight F3, and then D6. So defending the pawn. A5, gaining some space. If Knight A4, if Bishop A7. It almost looks like an Italian game. Like that's how you play this stuff in Italian, right? That's what it is. Okay. Here we go. D4 takes. And D4 was actually an interesting move here. Like, this was pretty cool. Let me flip the board here. D4. Just opening up the game. So looking at Bishop G5. E3 to play D4. But he wanted to open up everything right now. I'm assuming this is prep as well. What's up, Dr. Harm? What's good? He was rooting for Duda. So he plays very defensively. He's very solid. I mean, he's not defensively. He has some aggressive games, but he's very solid. So he has lots of draws because he's a solid player. A4 was played next here. This is a pawn sacrifice, but it actually well, it's not a pawn. Like it's a bait move. Obviously, knight takes A4 falls, and you lose a piece. Like, this is the candidates, right? So come on, bro. Rook B1, not falling for none of the tricks today. And then Queen A5 gains some space. That's pretty nice. Knight to C2, maybe Bishop F5 next. Or Bishop G4. A lot of times you provoke the pawn pushes. Bishop F5, and he doesn't go E4. But you can provoke E4 and then Bishop G4 and provoke F3. Obviously, you can't play it right now. But if sometimes you provoke F3 when it happens, and then you put the bishop back on E6. And then you're saying, let's just make sure, let's act like, you know, let's act like, okay, F3, right? Bishop E6. Then you get to hit the pawn, and then obviously this bishop right now is not the greatest. And we've made white, you know, put the pawns on light when that happens. You see this a lot in like King's Indians and certain openings where they have this idea. But Bishop F5, Bishop to D2, probably a Knight D5, Knight somewhere. So you want to worry about that slightly. If we have some loose pieces, loose meaning undefended, what does Ali Reza do? Says move the knight, big fella. I dare you. Bruh. Knight B to D7, right? Now everything's defended, so there's no knight discoveries you would be worried about. Knight D5, don't care about it. I just move somewhere. Maybe even Queen A6. Well, that actually loses an exchange. I'll show that here. Queen A6 looks like that would be cool, but in fact, it would be bad. You lose an exchange on Knight C7. So you probably just go back home and just says that as well. Queen D8 makes sense. Getting out of this. And so what? We traded. I think Black's pieces are better. We're fully developed. Black's doing excellent. So, okay, Knight B to D7. Rook C1 from White. Queen A7. You see this a lot, again, in the Italian games. Interesting stuff there. That's pretty cool. Queen A7, putting some pressure on the F-pawn. We've seen Ding do this idea twice so far, actually, in the candidates with Queen B8, A7, in the E5 games he played, right? So it's interesting to see it here in reverse, but this is not even an Italian game. Queen A7, B3, takes. It gives me a Maroczy bind feel. But we don't have the pawn on E4. I think Black is more than fine here. In fact, I think Black can actually probably even push, you know, for better chances or trying to improve the position just more. Slow improvements. Rook E8, Rook D8, maybe Queen A2 at the right moment. We have to make sure this knight's not here, obviously. Can we get B5 off? But we can't. We have some chances, but Black is definitely just as good as White is. White, I don't like as much because the Queen's here. Feels like we're cramped. Like, yeah, we got pieces, but it just feels like we're kind of cramped. It just says everything equal, though. He does choose to put a rook on E8. Always a nice move. Wasn't doing anything on the F file. Knight A4 hits the bishop. Do we keep it? Is the question. Do we keep it? I mean, where do we even put it? So, in fact, if we can't keep it, probably just like, I don't know, rook C8, so I can go B5. What did he do? Bishop e4. Oh, he got rid of this bishop because it's so annoying. I get it. Bishop c3. Trade them boys. d5. Nice move. Strike the center. Takes. Opposite, or not opposite color. Bishop versus knights. Pawn takes because there was a threat of pawn takes and bishop takes f6. So, takes. Knight e4 looks good. Not play. Queen h5. I see a sack here. Sack first, think later. h3. Said none of that. Rook d8. Yeah, black's doing fine, right? You almost will take black here. Almost will take black here. I won yesterday. I did Chessmaster Rishi. You can check the recap on YouTube, bro. Right here. Just click the link. And then see the last video up there. This one we're doing right now is the candidates recap. 94 did end up happening. Knight takes g3? Okay, what did he do? So, I mean, it is ding. And if it doesn't work, you're losing, right? So, tempting. But calculation over everything tells me that there's not enough. So knight takes c3 takes. I mean, this is boring, and that's why this ended like in the draw. I mean, it happened. Like, it's just what it was. Just ended in the draw. b5, queen c5. I mean, they tried it. You can only do what you can do, right? And ding is 2,800. So, I mean, if you can't get your chances, you can't get your chances. So, Ali Reza did exactly what he could do. He did exactly what he could. He tried, didn't work, and ding got his king to the center. I mean, he might be even playing for more. Feels like it. Feels like this was slipping away, but then, okay, he has enough counterplay. h3 is hanging. This is kind of loose. I also have g6 and my own pass pawn. I have enough counterplay. Okay, this is tricky, bro. What is going on? Wow. Okay, so he allowing. I'm like, what is knight d6 here? They're like, yo, knight d6. Oh my goodness, knight d6. He's lost. How did he hang this? In the candidates, he just plays rook f4. Like, gotcha, big fella. I gotcha. James had Lawrence talking to himself. No, it was a crazy match with Lawrence. Shout out to him. But that didn't happen. So takes, rook takes g4, check, king g8. Oh, rook f4. Yeah, same thing, same idea. And this ended in a draw. Beautiful. That was it. Knight takes b5, and that was a draw. Nothing crazy there. Nothing crazy happened there. Second game was Big Hikaru here, the big fella, my guy. Here it is, d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3, bishop b4. I'm a big fan of Nimzo's Kings Indians. I'm a fan of the Indian systems, right, and the Grunfeld, stuff like that. So I'm a big fan, right? I've actually played this before I played Kings Indian. I was a big fan of the Nimzo, still am, but definitely Kings Indian is my favorite. So e3, I think it's Rubinstein, something like that, I don't remember, but they got all these names, right, of course. Rubinstein, classical, and all these different ones. But the idea here, though, is definitely, I think Rubinstein's with knight f3, but this is like a variation of it. But you actually play the same thing almost all the time with the e3 system. Is actually very nice to understand that the e3 system, it's very easy for you. You're just going to push both of the pawns. A lot of times you play b6 too, but you're going to take the knight to c6 or d7. It reminds you of a Queen's Gambit decline, obviously, with the bishop on b4. It's very nice and easy to play from Black's standpoint. c5, knight e2, d5. Easy moves. I mean, he's whipping these moves out. Not even thinking, honestly, because this is theory. Pawn takes, c takes d4. Right now, actually, here you can play multiple ways. I've seen knight takes. I've seen e takes. I've seen c takes. C takes, and he takes with the knight. No isolated pawn. Says, hey, you have an isolated pawn. Yes, it's equal, but your pawn is isolated. Castles, knight c6. There is no need to take this because that's going to help you connect the pawn to the weak pawn, which is on d4. After a3, you obviously don't take it because you want to understand he made an isolated pawn. So this is why we don't take it, because it's isolated. So we want to have a target later. So he goes bishop d6. Very nice with the h2 diagonal, or the h2 b8 h2 diagonal to be on. The bishop is a monster here. And we have an isolated pawn for later. Rook to e1. Nice. Oh, so I remember I was trying to guess moves here while I was looking at this. And honestly, I kept looking at b6, rook e8, and I looked at something else. But knight c, and what I remember this, guys. Look, Hikaru's so strong, bro. Hikaru was so accurate. Like, I remember looking. I think it started from here, and like it was like I don't know how many moves in a row. It was all top engine move. I'm like, bro, every move, like Hikaru, chill, bro, chill. Every move was top engine move, and it tells you how high level and how hard the candidates is because he playing every move top #1 move. And he still was not able to win this game. You know what I'm saying? So it's very tough. Like knight c to e7, move number 1, right? Watch this. Look at this. Bishop g5, right? So here, in fact, it's weirdly enough, it changes here. I don't know why it changed. It's like so crazy because when I looked at it many hours ago, every move he made was very, 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 very accurate. It was now it says h6, which is the best move here, but bishop d7 actually showed up on this engine here. It says h6 now, which is strange. I mean, maybe because it got time, obviously, to look at the position. But this bishop d7 was move number 1. I was like, how is it? Okay, bishop d7, queen d3, and then f5. Look, so f5's there. Look at that top move, f5. If you look at this position, I think I'm gonna tell you right now, f5 might be. I'm gonna look at that. You look at g6. You probably look at knight f5, knight g6, knight f6. Or knight f6 looks crazy. f5 is very committal, but of course, I mean, you will consider it. But like f5, right? Like f5, and number 1 move plays it. f5, bishop b3. Best move right now is queen b6. Now let's look at this position though. Right, you got lots of moves you can play, guys. I mean, I'm telling you, the accuracy here from Hikaru is very, very high level. Right, games to, if you ask me, yeah, it's yes and no. Yes and no will push it. They are very theoretical, absolutely, and they're also looking for ways outside of that. That's why you use the neural network engines and stuff like that to give you little novelties. But it's hard to get away from theory in some situations, especially here in these high level games. But this is definitely not any game. I don't think this is anything in anybody's game here. This is a very nice, accurate game. Queen b6, hitting b3, which is nasty, and then knight takes d5. Right. You take back with the knight, engine move, obviously, number 1. That's forced. Bishop f4, right? And even here, guys, even right here, rook a to e8, most accurate move, number 1 on the engine. g3, I mean, this is like every move. It's every move. You know what I mean? It's very difficult to keep up with this kind of play sometimes, but also it shows how hard they're playing, how good they're playing. You know what I mean? And Duda's not making any blunders either here. Like, it was just an equal game. Bishop takes, knight takes, very equal stuff. I like white, honestly, because of the bishop being bad. But if we can activate it, but I don't like the bishop. You know, the bishop's bad. I like what white did. I mean, what Hikaru did there. It's rook e4. Yo, what's up, Maria? Maria in the building. Thanks for the raid. Maria, photo chess raid. Let's get a shout out to Maria. Photo chess. We looking at this real quick. Oh, everybody go. Okay, it's a party. Well, it's a party then, folks. What up? It's a party. Raids everywhere. Thanks. We got Chess Brainiac with the raid. Let's get the shout outs. We got Anita Drink in here. What's up, chat? How y'all doing? We are actually doing our analysis here for the YouTube channel, right? We're just checking it out, doing the games, and then we'll probably go hang out a little bit more. I got commentary in the morning with Big Bach from the block over there at Hikaru's channel. So in the morning, so we're gonna cut it short tonight. But we checking the games, right? This is the second draw game here. If we look at it from the beginning here too, again, this was a Nimzo, very easy Nimzo. I mean, like, you get good positions here, but then you also get positions that it's very like nothing's going on, right? Bishop d7, maybe not nothing's going on, but he played f5, which is very playable. And then as you see, really they got nothing from the position. Knight takes. Bishop f4, it's a game. You take on f4, everybody's developed. Bishop versus knight. Knight is slightly better than the bishop, but then boom, rook e4, he defends everything tactically. You didn't have to defend passively, which is very ugly. People hate to defend passively. I think Korchnoi, Polyevsky's like this, but players that would rather give up a pawn or play and defend things like this tactically, rather than playing a move like bishop to c6, which is absolutely a gross looking move and probably is not good. I mean, it even weakens the e6 square. Like, there's problems. You can't even go bishop e6. Queen d6 is too passive, like ugly. But rook e4 defends everything tactically, threatens stuff like rook e8 too as well. Rook e to d1, and now he goes bishop c6 because it just feels a little better, and the rook's on the e file, so a little different. Let's check out the chat. Candidates review. What games are left? We got the 2 wins. Actually, this is the second draw, so we're looking at the Hikaru draw. Sophie, thanks for the follow. H4, and I think he just doubled. Yeah, he just doubled the rooks. Definitely double the rooks. What's up, Tony? What's good? We're doing a review now. Queen c3, g6. What defends in that d5 in that situation? That's a great question. In fact, after rook e4, he defended it tactically, because if knight takes d5, you can just take on d4. Right? You can take on d4 with the queen. That's what this is. Queen takes d4, and after queen takes, rook takes. Right? Queen takes, rook takes. So, I mean, it's still here, like, equal chances, pawns on the same side, bishop versus knight. All right, same thing. Did you see Kramnik's comments? I read something about it. Actually, I forgot. I saw it on somebody else's stream, but I did see something about it. He made your schedule, Tiny. Let's go. Yeah, so it's I saw something about it. I think he was saying there was a lot of blunders and like, bro, like these candidates, like, yo, what are they doing? Garbage. It's like wrapping it up. Kramnik was basically like, bro, all these blunders. He used a big word. I'm like, bro, is that what is like? I don't know what that word was, bro. Bruh. He used a word that was definitely I ain't never seen before, but he definitely was talking about the blunders right now are Garbo, definitely Garbo, and like, what are they doing? And like I've never seen blunders like this in the candidates. Basically he was roasting all the GMs and the candidates. Exactly. That's what Kramnik did. Kramnik was like, put me in there and I'm gonna show you what I'm supposed to do. Right. That's really what he was saying, bro. Like, put me in, coach. Sub your mans. But Kramnik is retired. So bishop c6, h4, rook e8, queen c3, and g6. And that's actually what I would say as a player. I'm like, come on, bro. For sure. Perfect. Since we garbage out here, bro, but you know what? I would not challenge that man. So that's probably a bad idea. Like, I mean, it's still Kramnik, but you are a candidate. Like, you're in a candidate, but it's still Kramnik. So you probably just let him talk greasy. Just let him talk greasy, like, and just like brush it off. Like, you don't want no problems with Kramnik. Bruh. You don't want no problems with that man. So Monday is leg day, Tuesday's chest day, Wednesday's arms, Thursday is back, Friday is abs. Nice, Tony. That's great. Got a schedule, actually. Very nice. Split schedule. Good job. Monday is actually chest day, so just so you know, Monday is an international chest day, so you can do whatever you want, honestly. I had a PhD in garbology. Garbology. That is great, original wizard. That's a great one. That was actually great. He was using words I've never seen before. No, for real. The word he used at the end. Like, what was the word he used at the end, chat? What was the word that Kramnik used? These blunders it was an E word. And I'm like, bro, I have never seen that word before. I have never seen that one. And he used it like, says it, rolls off the tongue, like everybody's supposed to know what it means. I don't know what the word. No, it was not egregious, bro. It was not egregious. It was another word. Because I was like, oh, I know egregious. No, it wasn't erratic. If y'all can pull it up, bro, it's definitely a word. It was like an E, a S, a C. It was a P in it. It was like I was like, what is this word? I'm sorry, what? And I like read it a few times. Yes, episodic. I can't even say it right. Episodic. I think that's what it is. Yeah, bro. I'm like, what? Episodic. I've never said that before, obviously. I've never. What does that even mean? There we go. I see you, Jim. Right? Yeah, exactly, Jimmer. Can we get a answer here? Can we get a vowel, please? Vowel for 300, please. G6. So B4 happens, right? And Bishop A4. It's just nice hitting the rook. Yeah, that's crazy. Episodic blunders. Yeah, episodic. Oh, that's in TV. I'm like, oh wow. I was like, yeah, I don't know that one. I ain't know that one, but yeah. And you have to agree with him. Like, yeah, yeah, shoot, dang, yeah, exactly, bro. Bruh. Exactly that word, bro. Exactly. It's crazy, my guy. Sheesh. Crazy, fam. Can we add episodic ammo instead of replace man on a major? Well, he says, I have never seen so many bad games in a top level tournament. I'm interested to know as to why this is. Blunders happen time to time in top level chess, but the tournament they aren't episodic. Nice. And I'd be like, wow, yeah, bro. Sheesh, dang. Yeah, you right, bro. Yeah, you right, man. That's crazy, right? That's what you say. And then keep it moving. Keep it moving. And then if I'm a player, I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm like, man, bro, what did you talk? Man, old man. I'll be starting. Man, you better get this old man. Man, you better get your old, I retired. Man, I'll work you right now. But then I wouldn't say this in front of him, obviously, because it's Kramnik. Like, you don't do that. And Kramnik, at any given time, he's still Kramnik, bro. So, it's kind of, because it's a player, right? As a player in the candidates, and you see that from Kramnik, right? I mean, it probably does sting a little bit. But also, you are playing the candidates. There's already a lot of pressure on you anyway. So you have to just learn how to just like, hey, it is what it is. He has his own opinion. I got chess to play. I got lots of hard chess left still. Lots of hard chess left to play. And Nepo out here cruising. I think he means like having regular, yeah. The setup in Madrid. The setup in Madrid is absolutely beautiful. Definitely cannot wait go to the next candidates myself. Try to make a trip out there. Easy Chris from the outside. What I mean, Kramnik was on the inside too, though. Time travel. I mean, he did take down Big Gary. Okay, that he took down Big G. Okay, Kramnik did. Yeah, that guy. It's more like, let's try right. Yeah. So all right, let's get back. So Bishop A4, Rook D2, Queen C6. Right. We'll just finish this game out because, especially after the Queen trade here, there's really nothing else. But obviously, we still want to play on as they did here. They played Knight D4, right? Defends this. Maybe we can try to take this, make this a rook and pawn in game, which he tries for. Knight to D8, he takes on D4. I take, you take. Oh, he didn't take, actually. Interesting. He did not take. Is he like losing or something? What is this? Bishop C6, Rook C4? But he has Knight A5. I'm interested now. Now I'm interested. What's wrong? Nothing. King F8. He just wanted the file. He wanted E7 first. Interesting. He said they're all playing like 2300s. Is that what Kramnik said? Jeez, bro. Kramnik's talking real spicy, bro. Like, bruh, you can only take so much, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm in Canada's, and he say one comment, you let it slide. Then he said another one, and you like, don't say nothing. Don't say anything. Right, you holding it in. Now we got places to be, people to see. Yeah, honestly, but you just don't pay attention. You don't pay attention to the media and stuff. I would not be. If I'm in this tournament, I'm not looking at anything because you don't. Your psych has to be. Your psych is everything, right? Gary says the game is even more psychology than it is anything else, right? Yeah, your psych got to be right. So you only be looking at stuff or comments that might actually affect how you play. Rook takes, Rook E7, Bishop C6, takes. Yeah, this is draw. Basically, all rook in games are drawn. You got to do the work, obviously, but this is a draw, easy draw. That one's a draw. 2 draws. Draws. Funny chat. Chat's funny. Okay, so it draws, right? 2 draws there. Then we had 2 wins, and Rajabov and Caruana, or Fabian and Rajabov. Let's check it out from Fabi's point of view. Here we go. E4, C5, Knight F3. Oh, he was talking reckless on the Russian channel. Oh, okay. So they're going crazy. Yeah, defending tactically. No, that's a good concept. Okay, so in fact, what I like here, this is, I think that O'Kelly. Yeah, O'Kelly. So O'Kelly's Sicilian, right? A6. I mean, not one I see a lot, honestly, ever. I mean, I've gotten it like once or twice. But here, I like what he chose. C4. He just chose like a Maraxi bind setup. You can always do this almost against every Sicilian, believe it or not, for Maraxi bind fans. But you can do this almost against every Sicilian. Not that it's effective against everyone, but you can. I've seen it, and I've actually taught this to students before. They have problems against the Sicilian, especially even tactically. If you have tactic problems or tactics not a strong suit for you, you could always go the positional route, which is the Maraxi bind, that you can play virtually almost against every Sicilian, except the E6, D5 ones. But it is good to know. Okay, so Knight to C6, D4 takes, and we do have ourselves a bind, but a different kind because it's not like I mean, it's a bind, though. You have to bind the Maraxi bind, whatever. That's what we want. E5, Knight F5. I like this, and this again. And one thing I like to do is try to figure out what the moves were. So I was like, oh, yeah, Knight F5, right? And I was like, he's not going to play D5. And then he played D5. Bruh. I was like, bro, what? Bro, what? Like, I remember doing this. Exactly, my leg, chat. Right? I remember, I was like, because you want to do this, guys. And tomorrow, when the match, they play tomorrow, right? So when you look at the game and you're watching it, try to actually guess moves from them, right? What they're going to do and etc. So I was like, oh, probably Knight F5 looks like a great move because he's not going to go D5. And then he went D5, and I'm like, what is this? Did I miss something? Can he not go D5? Like, why did he go D5 anyway? So I'm like, well, I have to take it, right? So C takes D5, takes. Right, and then I was like, okay, 97, I actually have good things happening. So he went Knight D4. Knight D4, Bishop D3 from Fabi, Queen takes D5. And then Knight C3, defending tactically. Again, we talked about this before. Right, as you see, you don't have to defend all the time by just defending. You absolutely can, castle. But he says, I'm going to defend tactically. Knight C3, because if you take on G2, I instantly saw Bishop E4, which I'm assuming Fabi was going to play here. Yeah, Bishop E4, which actually wins. Look at that, +5. It's insane because your king out here in the middle of the street, it looked like, after Queen A4, Bishop takes B7, like, Your king out here in the middle of the street. Mine look like that too, but at least I got pieces around mine. So queen a4. I wonder b5. Do I take on b5? b5 knight takes b5. Yeah, it's probably knight takes. That's exactly what it is. Exactly, chess pawn. Playing out in traffic, right? So, okay. After a knight to c3, though, none of that, says Timur. He got up out of there, and then he castles. Black got a problem here, obviously, because the queen, was the queen, or the king is in the center. Okay, perfect. But this looks good for white. White's actually castle doing great. Oh, really? Really nice. Knight f6, bishop to g5 with bishop takes f6 intentions. So I'm curious to see. I actually caught the end of this FIDE game. So I'm actually catching some of these moves like fresh still, which is good. So rook e1, castles. Oh, I saw this and I'm like, bro, have you lost your mind? What's wrong with you? Bro, I couldn't believe this. I couldn't believe this. Like, I did not. I was like who in a right? I mean, like, what is that? But I mean, Timur Rajabov, like, you have to take him very serious. Very serious. So I was like, well, I mean, he did castle queenside. Like, it is Timur. Like, you have to take him serious still. He calculated this, right? COE. Like, this man really calculates. Like, he got to the cannon. Like, for real. He's a beast. But, I mean, I don't care if you're a beast or not. Your king is in the street, bro. It's on the C file. Like, I feel like you're just automatically in trouble here. It also gives up a pawn. So immediately, he takes this pawn and he gets it and wins the pawn, right? That's it. So I'm already up a pawn, bro. I'm up a pawn. If you think about this, Fabi's up a pawn. Yes, it's a double pawn, but it is a pawn, and a pawn is a pawn, right? So knight c6 and he defends tactically again. This is something that, you see time and time again. But obviously your tactics need to be there, which means you need to be, working on your combinations. Bishop takes f6, defends tactically. Because I want to go rook d5 to defend this bishop, because the bishop is hit twice, obviously, with the queen and the rook. And the rook is hit, right? So your rook is attacked. And if you go, the problem with defending a lot of times, this is why I'm a big fan of offense. The best defense is offense. So if I go rook e3, immediately I can get hit with like bishop c5. There might be a knight g4. Well, that doesn't work because queen takes. But there is like, I have a move now with black. I don't have to respond to you. You might have to respond to me. Here in this situation, bishop takes f6. I actually respond to you. Or sorry, you respond to me. Knight takes e5. Knight takes e5, which is a strange one. I thought this could happen too. I looked at this and I was like, this is strange. Which actually what did Bobby have in mind here? I'm curious to know. Knight takes e5. Yeah, this could have been the line, but they didn't go for this at all. In fact, he just took back. But I'm curious to know, was he just sacking the exchange here? Wow, I think he's just sacking the exchange. Queen c1. Hey, what about bishop? Well, wait, he can't go there. Wow, man, bro, that is deep calculation. King d7, like, only move. And he has some compensation and the rook stuck in the corner. Interesting, boy, what a game. What a game. So he takes on f6, but d5 is now a move. So he goes rook d5, queen e7. But, I mean, look, we do a piece count. I'm up a pawn, bro. Bishop c4. King b8, you trying to do your thing, I'm gonna do mine. And we're just gonna play solid here, says Fabi. We're gonna get our pieces out. Look, he played bishop b3 to stop queen b2. Knight to d4. Rajabov trying to make stuff, spicy here. Queen to c4 says trade him, my guy. And we trade. And look, I'm up a pawn, but it's opposite color bishops. Opposite color bishops, could be draw like, but it is not a draw. It's just said draw like. Rook c8, bishop d3, he backs up. And this is going to be a milking game, a grind. I'm up a pawn. I'm about to take you to the end game. We're going to play this boy all day long, all day strong, right? That's what White's saying here. So knight c6, bishop e4, just small improvements. That's all it is, small improvements. f3, small improvement. Rook d1, small improvement. King f2, bro. Look how he played this endgame. I thought this was brilliant. Because I'm actually working on this a lot with my coach too as well. Small improvements, solidity on the game, and etc. You don't always have to sack first, think later. Shout out to Grandfather Tao. But, of course, there is parts of your game that you need to work with solidity and being solid. So here I was very, very pleased by watching this game to see how he did this. King f2, and then he plays rook d2. I mean, knight d5 makes a threat. Very nice. Takes, so he gets rid of the knight. Now we have a pure knight versus bishop. There's a weakness on c4, and c3 is weak. I mean, Raja is like, yo, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, bro. right? Rook c1 defends though. It defends, and engine didn't like that. They said that you should defend tactically by checking, going king here. Let me read this line. Check, king a7, king g3, knight d7. First off, why would they even go there? Why wouldn't he take the pawn on c3? See, that's what sometimes the engine be tripping on. They'd be like just losing their mind. Like, hey, come on, bro. Come on. Oh, what happened? All right, let's go. That's kind of annoying. All right, let's go where we were. Right here. Okay, rook c1, defending the pawn. He played king g3. I was a big fan of this. Cool, perfect. Right, that was good. King g3. Right. Okay. And then king a7. Rook d4. I thought this move was just like a nice waiting move. It improves the rook. It's probably better here. You could have did anything. King f2, king f4, king h4. Right. What did the engine see for black there instead of f6? Instead of f6? Knight g4 check. Oh, here. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a crazy one. Sheesh. Y'all see this? Knight g4 check. And then probably knight f6 after king g3. Yeah, knight f6. And you attack the bishop. What a move, boy. That's nuts. That's pretty nuts. That's a crazy idea. If I flip the board, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this idea either, to be honest. If I'm looking at it from Black's point of view, like, I mean, that's cool. That's cool, but like, my knight feels like it's great already, and I still can always go like knight c4. So it really doesn't feel like, but in fact, it's the best due to calculation over everything, because the engine can calculate literally everything.
Bruh.
Everything the engine can calculate. So king g3, king a7, rook d4, rook c5, white plays king h4. I like this. Remember, small improvements. He's up a pawn. That's it. That's it. I'm up a pawn. Bishop versus knight. I'm going to grind this boy out. We're going to make small improvements until oblivion. Right. And then king rook c7, king h5. I thought this was brilliant here. Takes. My king is going to start walking in maybe after f4. Kick the knight. I'm literally crushing this endgame. So he doesn't take. And that was just a blunder. I mean, like, hard to tell, right? Very hard to tell. That's just a blunder. He was supposed to play knight c6. Interesting. f4. Rook d1. Hit the knight again. Rook d3 says trade him, and I'm going to walk the king in. This is very nice. And it's so nice because the king is ideally placed, ready for the endgame. So any trades is going to favor white. Because, I mean, we're ready. We're ready for anything, bro. King g6, he's ready for it all. Bishop f3, keep the bishop. You got problems here. So it could be mating nets. Rook here, rook there. Sorry, rook. This rook there. This one to d6. Mate on a8. You also have to chill here for a long time. This still got spicy. This was a long game. Rook d7. And then something happened, bro. Fabi thought for like 20 minutes after this, too. Takes. He got one pawn. He got the second. Yo, this was crazy, bro. This is absolutely bananas. The nerves in this game. Rook d2. There's tactics. Ring around the rosy there. If takes, get a little ring around the rosy there. Take the pawn. Yeah, Fabi's a calculator for real. a5. King over. We about to push him. Pass pawns. Must be pushed. Takes. And he played king a6, so now there's none of this. But I think this is where they both push. f6. b2. Push. You get a queen. I get a queen. What is this? What is this? What are those? What are those? Bro, this is ridiculous. There is two queens on the board, and it looks like Fabi about to get absolutely mated in the center of the board. X Factor, thanks for the 5 gifted subs, bro. Let's put command 5 in the chat. Command 5 in the chat. Thanks, my guy. Thank you. Yeah, bro, everybody gets a queen. You get a queen. You get a queen. Bro, this is crazy. I was like, man, if you don't have the eval bar on, like if you don't have this on, right, like turn all this stuff off. Look at this position, and you are frightened. You are definitely frightened here, right? as black. I mean, it's white. I remember, and it's black to move, by the way, too. I remember they showed this line right here. After check, queen c3, queen check, right? Or queen f6. And then here, and then there was some knight b5 mates, but obviously the rook's hanging right now. But there was ideas with like this being almost mate, right? This is just scary. How your king in the middle of the street there, man. Like, sheesh. So going back to the game though, this is when Fabi went into the Matrix and found the answers. He did, bro. Fabi went into the Matrix and came out on the other side. He really did. Cause he thought right here when they so they queen, bro. They both queen, right? Queen. After the queen check, he thought for like 20 minutes here. Was it like 20? He thought a long time. He thought a long time, bro. But why, right? Because queen f6, king e7. What was wrong with king e7? I don't remember. That's just another check. I think that's what it was. And you either repeat or you go for this. But that's not clear, and that's actually very equalish. Black has better drawing chances. Sometimes maybe even better. No, but we can always sack probably a bishop on it. I don't think so. I don't think black realistically could be better. But okay, so let's turn this stuff back on. Let's turn eval bar on at least. So queen f6. He goes check. This part I actually don't remember how they traded everything off. Okay, so I could go king e3 right now. I mean d6. I like always e3's here, like the same. It's like the same. All the way around. King d6. King d6. Rook c4. This is game. Wow. What do you do here? Wow. Wow. Okay, I don't even anything. I don't know. Checks. What do you want to do? You want to go there? Maybe, but then I could just run away. Yeah, see what he did? Rook c7. Complicated. Complicated move, but it also threatens this. Where's the checks? He has none. And what a game. There are no checks. Oh my goodness. I'm sure if I am Raja, I'm so mad. And then there's knight b5, right? But I just moved the king. I mean, this is spectacular. Like, oh my goodness. Bro, look at this. Knight b5. And I just move. I just move the king and you're in check. Excuse me, you're in check. You're in check. What on earth is this? Bro, that is game over. You don't even have a move. You don't even have a move. You don't even have a move. Bobby's calculations are sometimes like really scary. Really scary. I'm gonna get him some COE gear. Let's get some calculation over everything gear out to Fabian out. That's just honestly, that's pretty freaking sweet, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Rook f2 is what I mean. Rook c7. What a move here. What a move, boy. All right, so queen b8 though. Oh, I just go up, man. Interesting, man. What a box that man got put in there. King b5. Check. Bishop c6. He just takes. So we just take the rook. Oh, queen e5. Trade first. Takes, and this is how they got to that end game. Okay, so here we go. A lot of work to do. Wait, what move is this? Oh, 53. Okay. He only had 7 minutes here. He pushed. Maybe 5. King d7. Oh, that was it. Oh, it was just easy from there. It wasn't nothing to it. He just pushed. Yeah, push. You close enough. And push, and he won the game. I mean, that was, wow, great stuff from Fabio. Good Sicilian. It was positional and then got tactical later. I mean, he played d5. Like, I'm like, knight at 5. You're like, oh, he's not going to go d5. Like, he can't, right? And then he does it. Like, Raja just don't care about nothing. You know what I mean? Wow. Yeah, but once he got up that pawn, he grinded that into the endgame. Is a6 normal? Yeah, that's called the O'Kelly Sicilian. It's different. It's flexible. I'm not a fan of it. Not a fan, but very flexible opening. And he just grinded this, right? I'm up a pawn. He won the game. I mean, good stuff from Fabi. Okay, last one here is so we can finish out this video for YouTube. Here we go. This one is Jan and Richard Rapport, bro. This game right here. Bruh. Boy, this was a game. This was a game right here. Jan is on fire, going crazy. Here it is, e4, e5. And he goes back with this Petrov for the Russian defense, right? This was some sweet stuff. Knight takes. Now, you can see, I mean, this could go really good and really bad from both sides, actually. I've seen some really good games of white. I've seen some really good games of black. So, you know, Petrov. Bobby actually is a Petrov player too. You love seeing it, the GMs play? Yeah, Fabi played Petrov too. Big fan, Petrov. Fabi is. Knight takes, D5. Yeah, and I think the Petrov, like, it just has, if it gets flowing, it's very dangerous. Very dangerous if it gets flowing. Because look at this. I got an annoying knight. I got a pawn on d5. I'm already aiming at you. So this is kind of annoying, and you need to know what you're doing quickly as white. So he castles, right castles, and look, c6, very easy move. And watch how Jan put the pressure up. Queen b3 immediately played bishop g4, right? Hitting this. And I mean, this was prep. I mean, I don't know who working with Jan, but whoever that is, bro, they need a raise. Like, he was up 2 hours. I mean, not up 2 hours. He was blitzing the moves out, guys. He was blitzing the moves out, right? It was crazy, you know. But I remember they said he was up. Well, actually, here the clock now is now changed here. But at one point, I know you guys were watching the broadcast. It said he was up 2 hours on the clock, which is he had more time than he started with, which was strange, which is very strange. I was looking like, how is he up so much time? Now he does play very fast. We do know that, but at one point he was up a lot of time. I mean, he was at like 2 hours. All right, let's go back here though. 94, bishop g4. Yeah, this was good. This was good. Remember, we defending tactically is something you always see from these players too. Defending something like this, you could just defend it bishop f5, rook e8. I think rook e8 runs in at c5 though. But maybe bishop h5, bishop f5. But tactically, bishop e7. Attack the knight, attack the pawn on d4. By the way, b7 is still hanging. Takes. He's like, cool, it's time to cash in on b7. You can move the knight, right? Move the knight somewhere, defend the rook. No, sack the exchange, says Nepo. Bro, I don't know what prep this is. I've honestly never seen this, but, you know, this was like, yo, is this prep? Or, like, was this off the head? Like, what is this? You know, this was, I've never seen this, and he's very confident in it. And it worked. Like, queen takes a8, bishop h3 first off, and I'm like, man, this guy, yo, who is this man, right? That's just wicked. That's a wicked move, bro. Bishop h3. But it's just a draw, right? It's just a draw. It's just a draw. And I actually kind of was curious to see why this was a draw. Because after g takes, right? Check. Oh, he did do it. He did play f3. I was going to say, like, why? Because he's up a piece. White's up a piece right now. But he has, nothing developed. Chess pawn says, correct. So instead of, he repeated, right? So the repeat moves, and Richard Rapport says, you know what, bro? I'm tired of this. Look, I'm tired. I don't want to take a draw. And I mean, I'm playing Jan. I just take it like, hey, look, you know what, bro? Yeah. You on fire, bro? I'm not about to, I'm not about to be that guy to like try to take you out and take an L. You know, that's just not. Look, you on fire? I'll take the perpetual. You want a perpetual? Cool, bro. Cool. I got the draw. Like, I'll take the points, keep moving. Right? But here, Richard Rapport, like, nah, bro, it's going to be me. I'm up a piece. I'm going to take you out. F3, queen d3, which is practical. I understand. He want to play it out. And he is up a piece. Like, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right? I mean, in fact, he's up a whole rook right now. What? I mean, if you think about that, bishop, knight, rook. Bro, he done a rook, like the whole thing. But your queen is not getting out due to this next maneuver. King g2, and he says, oh, let's take a draw, bro. Check. And he goes back, and then he says, no, I don't want the draw. I mean, he had 2 times to take it here. Richard Rapport could have bagged a draw and says, you know what? I'm not going to be the guy to take out Nepo. He's just too strong right now. But I did get a draw with my guy. And he goes queen d7, and your queen locked in, which I'm sure Richard Rapport knew this already. Right? He's very sharp. He's not stupid. He knows his queen's trapped in here. So knight e4, knight a6, and we go for it. And we get this position, which is, I mean, he got some compensation. 2 rooks. But if one of these pieces were gone, I'm taking white all day. But because I have both of them, and you have a damaged structure, I'm actually taking black all day, weirdly enough. Because you just got weaknesses. Your stuff's weak. And I got 2 pieces instead of just like 1. A lot of times you'll see this same type of position with the bishop gone or the knight gone, and white has all the compensation because of the extra 2 pieces. But here, I mean, look, hey, I'm down 1 piece, really. Not a lot. No, that's not as much, right? And even the engine says it's like they prefer black. You know, 1.5 minus 2 here. Practically speaking, though, I'll definitely take black all day. Bishop f4, that was an error. Says I'm going to take those. I appreciate the little gumdrop. Rook a to d1, h6, right, makes some look for the king. Not the best move. Engine liked what here? H5. What's the difference, bro? It's like, chill out, right? Chill out, engine. Like, relax. H6 and bishop G3. Man, got to respect rapport, though. Yeah, absolutely. You have to respect original rapport, but definitely he had a chance to take the draw here. And of course, a lot of times you kick yourself after this, or you say, hey, I'm glad I pushed. And if you push, you learn something too. So he pushed for it. Yeah, this didn't go in his favor. H6, bishop G3. I mean, it's a nice waiting move. Anchors the bishop. It's not loose anymore. Loose pieces lose games. Loose means undefended. Anchors the bishop. Very nice. Knight to C5. Was not expecting this, but also, I mean, what else do you do? Like the knight on the rim is dim. Can't go here. B8's no good. Can't go there either. B4. Maybe going like this. That just seems like too many moves. Knight C5. Like, all right, let's go for it. Didn't trade. Wow, he didn't trade. He did not trade that. But he had better chances taking that, actually. Yeah, I wouldn't either. I mean, 96. You didn't trade it. I'm gonna keep it. Just see what you do. A3, waiting moves. Maybe trying to push forward. H5 now. He plays H5. He plays H5 now. Rook D3, Queen F5. No H4. Okay, what am I missing? Knight G5. Interesting. No, but I have Queen F5. Okay, so what happens on H4? Knight F2. Wow, what a move. Defends. This is what I was looking this way, but forgot. The Knight F2 holds the rook. Because I had this tempo on the rook, but now I don't anymore. And little subtleties like that change the game. H5, Rook D3, Queen F5. Now, but I can't play H4, so I had to make a concession in a way. But I can play Bishop B7, G5, and H4, etc. B4, he goes H4 anyway. Oh, why did this work? Because of Knight F4. Knight F4 if Bishop takes. Or Bishop F2. I think that's what it was. He plays H4 anyway. Engine like Knight F4 there. It's an interesting move, yeah. I like this H4 though. I mean, it makes him make a decision. He finds Bishop B8, which is very cool because Black wanted Knight F4. So he stops it from happening, which is Bishop B8. He says, I'm going to take it as fast as you put it there. So he goes Knight G5 and trades this way, but he's going for Queen takes D3. I mean, yeah, Queen takes D3. Takes, oh, he went Rook here. Wow, now this is just losing. So why is this lost? Let's see. Oh, engine, I mean, I just remember it was takes and Queen F2. Now that I know, but before, it's just hard to see why. Here, Queen F2 and H3. That's all it's about. We know what happened in the game here, but you have to just build that pattern. Knight takes, and you have to sit here and understand, right, COE, guys, right? Calculation over everything, again, Shop Canty merch, right? Always got to plug it in there, shopcantymerch.com every single time, right? As we come back to it, like when you look at this, right, you got to calculate deep. And what I mean by this, look at this. Knight takes, and go Queen F2, and understand that there's so many moves. Rook here, there's mate. Rook here, you have check and then H3. Right, I think that's right. I think if Rook here, you have check and H3. That doesn't really matter. Maybe I just, right, maybe take, but you could go H3. Engine also says I can take on A3. I can go A5, but he has to calculate that as well. He also has to calculate what happens if he, like, Bishop takes A7. But then H3, anyway. Yeah, that threatens mate. And if Rook takes, obviously the Rook hangs. And Queen G2. And if you go, I mean, you shoot, like, what do you do? Rook G1, and then I go Bishop D6, which is hitting H2. E5, I can take. And if Rook takes, Queen F3, and you're mated. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, you know how much stuff you have to calculate, right? And of course, you know, we know that we need to calculation of everything, right? That's a lot, bro. That's a lot. Literally a lot of stuff, bro. So, okay, Taekwondo. Oh, I see it. You had your first ever game with 2 brilliancies. And you want to understand why the second one is brilliant. Yeah, we'll check it right after this, Taekwondo. Just stick around, and we'll check it literally right after we finish this video for YouTube. We're doing this last one here. We're covering the recap. H3, I don't remember. I think I left after Queen F2. H3. So how did he finish this off? If I'm black, how do I finish the game? A5. I don't need to touch that. Interesting. I need to get this bishop active. He played Bishop E7. Yeah. I need to get the bishop active. Bishop H2 and Bishop G5. Yeah, that's all it takes. Now we got disconnection. Bishop G1 played. Okay. Queen, no. Well, yeah, Queen beware. No. D2, this is interesting. Where does it go? He did go to D2, okay. But I have one of the rooks to D1 to E2. Played, queen back, bishop E3. Oh, I could take. That's a check. But was he winning something? Oh, he got tricks. He tricky. Always got tricks. Bishop F6, that's like me. Always got tricks. Takes with check. Check. H3. Yep. Hmm. Bishop H4. Yep. Oh, he resigned too after that. The idea with Bishop H4 is like checking like H2 is coming. Yeah, and this is devastating. Jan goes on, bro. Jan is turning up in this tournament. Jan is absolutely snapping. I mean, like, yo, big shout out to him, bro. Like, look at this cross table. This for the fellow Andre. 5.5 for Jan. First place up here, 4 wins and 3 draws. No L's. Fabi, 3 wins, 3 draws. No L's. The man working. Hikaru right behind him, but look at that 2 points. Bro, a point and a half with Fabi and a full 2-piece with Jan. I mean, Jan crushing the field right now. It's insane. It's like crazy, bro. But like, wow, there's lots of chess left. So, you know, we just got to see what happens. Like, I mean, hypothetically, like, let's say, obviously, this is a long stretch, but imagine if Jan lose like 4 in a row. Bruh. Like, what if he lost like 4 in a row? You know how that would be crazy. And then they'd be talking about how garbage he is now. Like, you know, like oh, he was so good, like he garbage. Like that's what they would be saying, right? But it's still a lot of chess, to tell you the least. There's a lot of chess left, so hopefully you enjoyed this, guys. Of course, round 7 or 8, actually, as we look. Let's check the schedule. Round 8 is the 25th. Sorry, 26th, tomorrow. Morning time, 9 Eastern. Perfect. That'd be F-Sonic. Exactly, Greg. Exactly, Gregory. All right, guys, make sure you sub to the YouTube. We'll see you in the next video.